Hello everyone, this is Richard and I'm going to review a beer I've never had before. This is it's called Fireman 4. 2 days ago I was in a networking event and my buddy Mike, when I commented that I do beer reviews, he was like, dude, you gotta have Fireman's 4, it's my favorite beer. So I said, okay, I'll do Fireman's 4. So here it is. This is a Fireman's 4. And it's an ale. And it's brewed here in Texas by a company called Real Ale Brewing Company. It's in the Hill Country. They've been around since 1997, I believe. And about 10 years ago or so, they did this awesome new building. And they become a destination brewery. And that means those are those microbreweries that are, they also have a bar and a club or a restaurant and tours. So you go there and people actually drive to there from Austin or San Antonio. The Hill Country is kind of in between Austin and San Antonio. And they drive there to socialize and have a good time. So this is Fireman's 4. Fireman's 4 has a 5.1% alcohol, so it's in the middle, not too strong, not too light. Ales are a light type of beer in the sense of regular beer, not a light beer. So ales tend to have lighter colors and lesser strength in the taste, but they're very well balanced, so they don't have a yeasty taste to it, or rye, or they don't have like hoppy taste like IPAs might have. So they're very well balanced, and they usually get confused with pilsners. But ales are not as light as pilsners. They get a little bit of a golden color. So that's one way you can distinguish. An ale would not be as light as a pilsner. The pilsner is probably the lightest beer out there. And then an ale will also have a little bit more of a sweet and fruity taste than a pilsner. And also, brewing wise, it's the brewing is they use just different kinds of yeast. Like an ale, when they brew it, they use a top fermenting yeast. So it ferments on top of the tank, and pilsners are used with a bottom fermenting yeast. And in the beer brewing world, any small deviation on what kind of yeast, where is it ferments or hops, it's the whole world of taste. This is how you can use the same 3 or in some case 4 ingredients. That's it. That's all there is to beer making, and create 1,000 kinds of beers because of the small, slightly different changes. So the name Fireman's 4 comes from the brewery. Apparently they're buddies with another company in the same small town, and this company is called Fireman's Cruisers, and they make bicycles. And so they did it in honor of their friendship, I guess, with Fireman's Cruisers. And 4 has to do, this is the 4th year-round beer that they brew. And what I mean by year-round, remember, microbreweries they brew 2 kinds of beers. They brew year-round and they brew seasonals. Well, there's really 3. The third one are like beers that they're experimenting, and they come up with new flavors and new tastes, and then they go away and they never come back. Or specialty kinds of beers that they brew just to commemorate an anniversary or something like that. But other than that, their main business is seasonals or year-round brewing. So this is what this one is. And I'm gonna try it here. I put some already in a glass. Look at the It's got a really nice color, and just like I described it, it's very light, but it's got a little golden color to it. This is not bitter at all. This is a little sweetness to it, and I can taste a little bit of the yeast. So, but it's very drinkable. It's very refreshing. Um, ales are drinkable beers. There are, well, in their description, it says this is a beer made to be enjoyed on a hot day or with spicy food, which is Texas hot days and spicy foods. So it's made by a Texas brewery, and I guess it's made for a Texas day. So I think they did a great job. I hope they keep this beer around. This is their number one seller, so I imagine they will be keeping it around. And it appears to be getting very popular because I'm starting to see it. It wasn't hard to find at all, and it wasn't inexpensive either. I think I pay $9 for a 6-pack. I bought it at Specs, which is a big liquor store here in Houston. So I got a little special treat. I am going to transport you to to a little tour at the brewery. So here we go. Beam him up, Scotty. Ooh, ooh.